It's the Broadband Besties show. Bob and Kim bring you broadband news in a very serious way on the Broadband Besties show.
Season 2.
They let us have a season 2? They renewed us?
Season 2, this is the dental episode. Season 2, episode 1. So I had my little post put in here. So I'm going to have a tooth soon. All because I had a toothache, according to some people in the industry, thanks to the rumor mill that you started. And you had some dental work today, Bestie.
Well, I did. I got a new grill because over Labor Day I cracked my front tooth, and apparently that's a long process to get that repaired. So I'm a little numb. We wouldn't want to do this show when we were perfectly put together, would we, Bestie?
I love this. This is absolutely the most amazing thing ever. You're going like 25% Dick Cheney here, right? This is amazing. So we have a lot to cover, right? FBA in Scottsdale's coming up this week, and WISPA Palooza is happening. Calyx Connect is happening. Like, the industry's getting together this week. And what are they going to be talking about most, Bestie?
I think Scottsdale is going to be a very interesting conference because Arizona is a hotbed of a lot of activity, either from data centers to a lot of fiber deployments are happening there. So I think it's going to be some fascinating discussions, and it will be interesting to see where the industry is now that we are seeing some of the BEAD stuff fall out, or what is going to happen. So what is the conversation going to be? Who knows? I think also I'm not going to be able to make WISPA Palooza, but I think that's going to be very interesting because everybody thought that the fixed wireless people were going to be the big winners of BEAD. It does not look like that right now as how it's going to turn out. So what is the conversation going to be at WISPA Palooza? What's your take, Bestie?
Starlink, we hate Starlink. Don't show up in a Cybertruck to either is probably my best recommendation. I think I think it's fair game. I everyone who is building without BEAD, and those who are building without BEAD are moving ahead, and they're getting market share fast. And we've been saying this for years, like, don't rely on federal funds, just do it yourself if you can. And those people who've been doing it themselves are absolutely reaping the rewards. And guess what? Those communities that have the fiber now, looking good.
Absolutely. I think it has been a game changer in the last few years, and it continues to be. Anybody's guess of what's going to happen. I always love that question when people ask me, what's going to happen with BEAD? And I'm like,
Do you think
yeah.
Howard Lutnick is like sitting back like, how can we menace the industry today? Like, Brendan Carr's like, Jimmy Kimmel, right? And Howard
Well,
Lutnick's like, let's give all the money back to Treasury.
Look, I don't know Lutnick at all, right? But what I would say is I wouldn't want to be in his position in a million years, right? Because he's never going to win no matter what he does or what he says, because he's going to piss somebody off. So all we can hope is, and have said this for many years, is focus on the goal of connecting America. Hey, Bestie, look, weren't we just in London a few weeks ago?
Yes, we were besties on the opposite side of the road.
Yeah, we had a great time at Connected Britain. I will like to sincerely thank the Terrapin people for inviting us over to speak. What did we speak about?
We caused an international incident, but we were talking about how to do business in the American market in the broadband space, and we met a lot of fine people, fine Europeans over there. Very polite crowd, good-looking crowd. It's funny. They look like us. They dress like us. Middle-aged,
Uh,
all guys with golf shirts with outdated logos. No, was I in the wrong conference?
I saw a lot more fancy dressers over there in London at their broadband conference, but maybe I was looking harder, Bestie. Maybe I was
Many
looking
more
harder.
women too. I thought also.
No, and I would agree that I think it was a different conference than I've ever seen, where it was very both based on a technology and not necessarily shovels in the ground. It was a very focused on here's the fiber, how do we really capitalize on this, and how do we make it more efficient? And I think it was really fascinating to see that in action because I've heard some of the Terrapin people over the years say this over and over again that it's very different. in the UK than it is here. And I think when you see it in action, it's a totally different viewpoint.
They're moving faster than we are. They're a few years ahead of us, but I think a lot of the European companies struggle when they come into the US just because I think there's the mindset that, oh, we've experienced this before. We've handled the ups and downs before. And every single time it's the American political process that trips them up, gets them in their way. And frankly, I mean, let's face it, I think we in the States were kind of like, oh yeah, who are you guys coming into our country? Rah, 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 go America, Ford F-150, right? And so
Mhm.
they have a harder time. But I think if those European companies, they come in, they listen, they get to know the stakeholders, they get to know the people, the vendors, the suppliers, they could have a tremendous amount of success.
Well, I think we saw that right after we did our panel. I have never had so many people come up to me and talk to me after a panel in my career. And what I heard a lot was, what everything you said is exactly what I did when I entered the US market. And if I had just listened to you guys even 2 years ago, I would be in better shape than I am today, because now I'm having to backtrack and repivot that conversation. But because I think that you said this during the panel, Bestie, and I think it was one of the most profound things that you've ever said. You don't say much profound things. So, was that coming into the States is like the difference of going to the UK versus going to Poland in Europe. They're two different real countries, and you have to treat them as such. The states and the federal system are very different for them. So I think it was a really big success, and I want to thank again the Terrapin people for inviting us. I thought it was a really fascinating conference, and we had some good dinners and good discussions with some of our colleagues.
And a lot of the folks from Terrapin came into our session. I think they were trying to just see what Kim was going to say, like, is she going to curse? Is she going to like go off the rails here a little bit?
I did say one curse word,
Uh,
but it's okay. So I think this is our second season. I think we're a little more sophisticated as we go into the second season of the Broadband Besties. So I want to kind of do a preview of what's to come this year on the Broadband Besties.
so the next 3 months are going to be all about the FBA board elections and everyone getting bombarded, phone calls, emails. You should vote for this candidate. You should vote for that candidate. And that's just Scott Jackson. That's then everyone else is calling too.
What are you trying to say, Bestie? That I'm running for the FBA board,
Uh,
and I
you
might have called you 15 times already.
So I feel like there are some parallels here, right? Like Trump 45 and now Trump 47. You're running again in non-consecutive terms here. I'm just waiting for you to go down an escalator, and then the escalator stops.
I think that I'll be like already leaning forward, and I'll just like tumble down the escalator would be more of my brand of what would happen, and then I would laugh hysterically at the idiot that I am.
As
So
as
yeah,
you
no,
take out that nice family from Ohio on the way
what
down.
nice. That would be me. But what else? I think we're gonna have a lot of guests come on this year. We're excited to have some of the experts in the industry speak a little bit about what they are experiencing. We're also going to really pivot the conversation to, yeah, we got BEAD. BEAD is coming out. We still there's some stuff to go there. But we're going to really talk about customer acquisitions, because I think that's where the rubber hits the road. And it's great to dig. I work in construction. That's my bread and butter. But if you don't have the customers, none of this other stuff matters.
What good is an asset if you don't monetize that asset? So, I mean, you and I are certainly experts in the field, and we want to hear from other experts on that this year. And just as you said, this is the year. This is the year of BEAD, and I mean, we've been talking about this for 3 years, but I think this is the year it actually comes out. So, the industry is going to be transformed. Maybe not in the way that we thought it was going to transform, 6 months ago, or 6 months before that, or a year before that, but there will be some sort of transformation. And how the industry comes to terms with that change is going to be really fascinating too. So yeah, it's about deployment. It's about the customer relationship. It's about acquisitions, and it's about getting it built. This is the year.
This is the year. What else are we going to be doing, Bestie? You got anything on your plate besides our really bad jokes that we are known for?
Well, episode 2, I think we need a Kim dating update, so we'll do that next time around for sure. we have to get up to speed on that. I hear there's been some interesting developments, and I, I,
Really, no.
I and then this is the year. This is the year that I get to meet my secret crush, Ariel Roth.
Oh, that's a good one.
Gonna make
Can
it
I be
happen.
there for that one?
Oh
Can I be
yeah,
there
oh
for that?
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Oh, I am known for giving really funny gifts, so I am already searching for your Christmas gift that is in the works right now, Bestie. So I
Oh,
can't wait to let the audience see this. But no, we are excited to be back. We have new teeth or new teeth coming, and just wait for it, guys. This is broadband in 2025 going into 2026.
see you next time.